From downtown, this is Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week on NintenDomain, Square Enix wants you to buy all of their games again and again and again on Switch 2.
Will I get a PS5 this week?
Don't do it. Do it, everyone. I guess if you're going to get it, you need to get it now because it'll probably go up $500 by next month. with the state of the way things are now, stupid. Everything's stupid right now.
It's all stupid.
Nintendo's doing okay. I've heard people say that, and I believe that they're doing fine. They haven't fired 3,000 plus people, or destroyed the discs.
Go figure. Look to the company that's been around for 140 years for how to survive.
Yeah. Welcome to NintenDomain Podcast, episode 529. Your place to hear Nintendo fans talk about Nintendo news and games and whatnot. And we might have all of us at the end of this episode. It's still kind of up in the air. Jeremy got his flight super delayed, so it's kind of he might show up in an hour, he might not. We'll see. Or it might just be John, or it might be the two people here that we haven't introduced ourselves. But we are your hosts. I'm Trey. The end is the beginning is the end, Johnson.
I'm John. Rocket Man again, knitter.
Yeah, I saw you cracking out some more hours on that. Let's start off the show as we normally do and talk about games we got and games we've been playing. It's been a couple weeks since you've been on the show.
Yeah.
I know you did some things on 4th of July. I know you beat
4th of July?
You beat a game on 4th of July. I'm talking about.
Yes, I did beat StarFox. Yes.
Yeah. Did my How to Kill the Brain video help you that I sent to Slack?
I avoided watching it because I wanted to see it fresh for myself.
You want to figure it out on your own?
Yeah, I did.
Did you watch it after though? Because it's really easy to. I found it. I don't know. I didn't understand how you guys were having a hard time with it because I don't ever do like flips or turnarounds or whatever. I just turn and shoot it. And that's all it takes to kill the brain. You shoot it in the back of the brain. It's never attacked me. I've never lost my wings. I just turn and shoot it in the back. That's all I do.
I was getting stuck in a pattern where the thing was just behind me all the time.
Yeah.
I figured it. I kind of messed around, figured out how to keep the eyeballs within my field of view.
Yeah, and you said the eyeballs were coming back too. I've never seen that either. I destroy the eyeballs in the brain, and it's done in about 50 seconds or so.
I don't remember that part. It's been a long time, but yeah, it was basically just trying to figure out how to get in the right position where I could always have my eyeballs on the eyeballs. Once I did that, then like you said, it was pretty easy.
Yeah,
I figured out the right spot.
The key is turning. The key is turning quickly. That's like basically wherever the brain shows up. Well, you want to shoot at the back of the brain, which is that was like the part that was, it stuck out a little bit more, I guess, in the 64 one versus this one. But that's where you have to shoot it for it to explode. But what you do is you just wait for it to disappear, and then you turn and shoot it. And if it's not the back, if you can't hit the back, shoot it in the front, and it'll disappear and reappear again behind you. And then you turn and try to shoot the back, and if you can't, just shoot the front, and it'll disappear again, and you just do this over and over again, and that's how you beat it. I think it's pretty simple. But I'm glad you got through it finally. That's why I made the little how-to brain video, because I was listening to the podcast, and I was like, oh, you guys don't know how to do it? Well, let's see if I can make a little 30-second how to beat the brain thing. I thought it would help.
Watch it now that I beat it, yes.
But yeah, StarFox, still playing that, or at least you were, like 2 weeks ago.
I was. Yeah, I need just in the last week or so. I needed something that was like really simple. I don't know.
Less hectic. I mean, StarFox is pretty hectic. I mean, especially I was playing the expert mode for a while, which expert mode. Once you run out of lives, you get a game over. There's no continues. So I haven't beat it yet. I haven't beat it on expert because I keep running out of lives. But I did make it all the way to Venom 1, to the first Venom on expert, because I found a trick, which I haven't talked about yet. Because I had mentioned before, because when you go through expert, there's two different ways to get to Venom. There's the one where you shoot the one where you're on that like satellite and you shoot like all the different things that destroy the force, whatever it is, the force field that's like in the middle.
Yeah.
You just destroy all the stuff and then you destroy the middle. That one's pretty easy. That's like probably the easiest way to get there. But what I was running into on expert mode is when I would get there, Starwolf would show up for that part. So I had to kill them and like have them not kill any of my guys. Also while trying to do all that other stuff. But what I found out is that if you go to Titania, if you go to like, what is it, Sector Z or whatever, the one where there's the boss fight where if you wait too long, Slippy tries to talk to it and he gets knocked out and he gets knocked down to the planet under it. If you do that, if you go that pathway, that's Titania. That's the second Landmaster level. But if you go that way and then you go to that part, Sector 6 or whatever it's called, then Starwolf won't be there. And you can just do it without it. So that's what I figured out. So I was able to get a medal for Titania, and I got the medal for Sector 6. But then I got to Venom 1, which is already pretty crazy. That's the one where they throw like 1,000 guys at you at once. If you don't, it's the easier path, but you still get hit by a lot of stuff. And on expert mode, it's much harder because, the damage level is much higher. So I couldn't get all the way through because I kept getting blown up. But I imagine it's a lot easier to get a medal because there's a lot more guys to kill now than there were before. Because I was having a hard time getting the medal because of how many, because I had to hit pretty much every single guy in the level to get the medal for Venom 1. So
are you still playing the game or
no? I took a break. It was kind of like how you were. It was really stressing me out. So the expert stuff was stressing me out. I still want to go back and try to get, like I got most of the medals on expert. I just haven't gotten like the harder ones. Like I didn't go to Aqua's, just like as I said before, just because I don't like that level. I think it's boring and slow and it annoys me. So I haven't done that one on expert yet. And I was mostly like playing it while I was editing, so I was doing like the easier ones. But I got all the medals all the way up to Venom 1, and I think I got the solar. I got solar on expert, the magma planet or whatever. So I think I'm only missing like 4 or 5 or something like that. And I'll go back and do it again. Like I like the game, I think it plays great and all that. I just it's pretty stressful, especially in expert. And it sucks when you get all the way to the end and then you run out of lives and it's just like game over. It's like, because you can't really, you can't leave and come back. You can't do, that's that. And you got to start from the beginning again. So
I did get something this week. If we're done with StarFox, I got something from Nintendo this week. I spent my points. So I spent my points and I got
the platinum points because we don't have gold points anymore, unfortunately, on the Nintendo eShop.
We don't. Yep.
But you got more. I thought you got all the metal displays. What we're seeing right now is the Mario 3 metal display.
Mario 3, and I got the Metroid 1 too.
I thought you already had the Metroid 1.
Nope, I had Mario 1 and Mario 2, and that was it.
Oh, because you got the one that was like damaged, and you sent it back.
Speaking of, the Mario 3 one is damaged.
Another one?
And I need to send this back. Yeah.
Wow.
Things, I don't know. They're cool, but
they're fucking up those metal displays.
Yeah, whatever they're doing to manufacture these, there's issues. And this one is like there's like a plastic, sort of sheen on it, but the coating is like bubbling up and wrinkled, and there's lots of scratches all over it. Like it's on the front this time, so it's worse than last time. But I'm going to contact Nintendo again and say, hey, send me another one. And there's a little dent on the Metroid one. I could be picky about that if I want to. Maybe I will. Like, I'm kind of upset. Like these are supposed to be cool little like trophies. For being a Nintendo fan, and they look. If they weren't all like scratched and everything, it would look cool. But everything else about them is nice. Like the colors are bright and shiny, and they're super reflective and cool looking. It's just they're like manufacturing these things like fucking sucks. Or maybe they need to get better envelopes for shipping.
Or they need to like check them better or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'd like check them before they get out the door because.
Yeah, this one's it's also you can kind of see it's a little tough to see with the camera, but see that right there, like how it's all
the scratch. It looks like a scratch. Yeah, it looks like
it's a really deep scratch.
It's like two big, like claw scratches, like right down the side there.
Like
in the middle, in like the middle too.
The logo on Mario, it's all fucked up.
It's all over the place. Yeah.
On the 3, yep.
Nintendo, what are you doing? I was saying earlier that you were winning. You're winning the generation because you're not pissing people off. But I guess if you're ordering physical items, speaking of physical items, what other people don't want to have anymore, the ones from Nintendo, maybe they're trying to push you to not want them either because they're sending you broken ones.
Right.
That's why they're doing that.
That's really, and I noticed too. The Mario one that I got has a big a streak on it that I hadn't noticed when I got it, but now it's sitting on my shelf, and in a certain light, at a certain time of day, it shines right on it, and there's a big straight across the corner, a big gash. So it's 3 out of 4 of these. Actually, I don't want to be picky on the Metroid one, the one little dent that I see. 4 out of 4. They're all fucked up.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the dent's kind of, I don't know. I mean, that's probably transportation related, probably. But the scratches are like, I don't know.
Bad.
Yeah, it's like so somebody probably should have caught that out the gate, I would think.
Right.
Before it gets sent, but I don't know. It's
tough to recommend these because you can expect they're going to get fucked up. But they did. With the Mario 2, they sent me another one. I didn't have to return the other one, so I suppose they'll do the same.
Yeah, I mean, they'll do that, but they just should send you stuff anyway. Yikes! I'm still just letting my platinum coins just pile up. I'm not really. I only use them for icon pictures or whatever on the Switch. I haven't really. The last thing I ordered was the Metroid Prime posters, and I still haven't really put those up anywhere. They're still just sitting in a tube down here. Cause, I don't have the right framing for them. I never really got a frame for it, so I still know where I'm going to put it. I just never got a frame, so whatever. But what else? I saw you're still playing like Tomba a little bit. You still playing with?
I
can
talk about that.
Yeah,
I don't think I really talked about that on the show.
I mean, you mentioned when you got it. That you liked it and all that, but I saw you put more hours into it.
I played. I'm deeper into that. I think I'd guess I put probably 7 or 8 hours into it. I really like it. I think it's a really high recommendation for me if you like Donkey Kong Country. It's like that, but it's deeper. It's like Donkey Kong Country meets a point-and-click adventure, and there was something else I compared it to. I can't quite remember it right now. Like, the basics is the side scrolling, which actually it's like, I'd call it 2.5D, because you can actually, it is a 3D game with sprites. The backgrounds are all actually 3D. There's certain points where the camera will shift, like say as you're leaving a level. No, it was actually a 3D background, not just a 2D, right? And then there's 2 different planes of action, so you can, at certain points, jump into the background and do stuff. The background, sort of like in Wario on Virtual Boy, like something like that.
Yeah.
So it's really creative, really like at all these different turns, just presenting something new. And having like really interesting, funny character designs. Feels like a living, breathing cartoon. There's one area that I sent to you guys in the Slack, where all of a sudden there's this elf character that says, "I want to be the world's greatest actor, and I want to learn how to really, really smile and cry on a whim, and be the world's greatest actor, or whatever." Which just seems like kind of a funny character thing. And then shortly afterward, you're in this like forest with these giant flowers, and if you eat one mushroom, all the flowers in the level will start laughing, and you'll like go into hysterical laughing fits. If you eat another mushroom, every flower starts crying, and then you'll start crying uncontrollably. And it's kind of like a little bit of an impediment to getting around, because it'll sort of like deliberately fuck up your controls. And so you want to like find the cure for the happy mushroom or the sad mushroom. But you collect these mushrooms, and then you can go visit the elf. You can teach him how to be a good actor, how to like laugh and cry and all that kind of stuff. And so it's just like full of all these little charming personality moments that very much remind me of a Nintendo game. If you told me this was a Nintendo game, I'd believe you. It really does feel like has that kind of quirk and charm to it, as well as like really good platforming, like tight controls. It just feels fun to maneuver. There's all these different. I was gonna say maybe it's a little bit. I don't know if I want to say Zelda, but it's you collect items and stuff too, and the items will give you different power-ups, and you can go into the menus and you can select which power-ups you want to have applied at the current moment. Like there's one that'll make you jump higher, so that's why I say it's like Donkey Kong Country and the way it controls and feels. And
but there's like power-ups, right?
Power-ups that you can like with a little bit of an RPG type element where you can apply power-ups to yourself for certain situations.
It's kind of sounds like a Metroidvania thing too. Like I mean, do the power-ups help you reach places you couldn't reach before? But it's not like the world is all connected, right? Like those type of games.
Yeah, no, it's not like the world is all connected. But I see what you mean about the power-ups.
You get an item that gets you somewhere else. Like that's what I always think about those games.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's not like okay. There's one that helps you to jump higher, so you can like get a secret item that's over in the corner you couldn't reach before. It's a mashup of a lot of different stuff, and a lot of it feels very Nintendo inspired. And I think if it's still $5, I think it'd be worth it to just throw down and pick that up, because man, it's a lot of fun, and I think us Nintendo fans listening to this will enjoy it. Also, the sequel's on sale too, which is actually a full 3D game, and I want to get that at some point. Not right now, but I'm gonna get that at some point.
Yeah, I saw they're both back up in price. The sale's not up anymore. I mean, but they're only $20. But yeah, they're kind of. It's on my, maybe I'll check it out sometime. A couple weeks ago, I was trying to figure out what it reminded me of, and you put it on the Slack. But it was the Klonoa games that I was trying to think of. Oh yeah. Last time was Klonoa, where I
never played those.
It looks kind of like that. It's like a 3D, 2D. I always thought they looked really cool for PlayStation 1 because they're 2D games, but all the backgrounds are 3D, and and they just look really cool. And I bought the Klonoa 2, the Game Boy Advance game. There was Klonoa 2 was on Game Boy Advance, and I think I have Klonoa 1. Yeah, I have Klonoa 1 for Wii because they re-released that for Wii later, and I got it for that and played it. And there's a Klonoa collection that I've had in my wish list forever that I never got, but it kind of reminds me of those games. And I think there's only like a couple of them just like these, but similar thing where it's super colorful and it's all 2D, and and you have like a ball thing that you throw down that helps you jump higher and stuff like that, and whatever. Those were cool. So check out those maybe at some point whenever you're done.
Yeah. The other thing I've been playing this week has been back to Rocket League. I won't bore everybody with the details of that because I've talked about Rocket League a lot. But
I mean, what's on there now? I mean, don't they do like updates and stuff? Like, are they new? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I see sometimes. Is it like Fortnite where they add new like skins or whatever to the cars, or they got to be doing something to update it, right? Since it's been out for so long.
They do seasons, and so that's the thing. Every time there's a new season, they put out a new trailer, and they might add like different car designs and all. There's always, every time I win a match, I earn some new ability to get new tires or new decals or whatever. And I think you have to purchase. I don't really understand how that part works, because I've only ever been the Metroid car. I got the Metroid car when I got this on Nintendo Switch, and I've never tried another car.
Well, I imagine it. I mean, is it like Fortnite where like the skins don't mean anything really? Like they don't give you an advantage. It's just like how you look.
Correct.
I guess you could argue in Fortnite that like some skins that are easier to see like might give you whatever, but like the brighter ones, but they don't give you any sort of like. You don't get like higher strength or damage or anything like that. That's
exactly it. Yeah, you can't really alter the specs on your car in any way.
Yeah,
that's cool because it all plays the same, and it just all becomes about your skills, and that's one thing that this game really does very well. It feels like you have very minute control over your car, and it feels like every move that you make is your own, and the mistakes are all yours. Like, it feels like the game is very responsive to the slightest little controls, which makes it all the acrobatics you can do. It makes it very satisfying. So I had a couple satisfying type moments, like getting back into it.
Do you have a pretty good win streak? Like, what do you get? Like, I don't know. Are you ranked, or what does it say? Yes. Like how or do you have a certain amount of points? Like how does it work? I haven't played it since it came out the first wave, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's bronze, silver, gold. I think there's platinum after that. And so far, each of those has, I think, 3 divisions. So I'm up to silver 2. If you don't, play it for a long period of time, like the seasons are kind of short. I think they're on like season 30 or something like that, and the game's been out for 10 years, so I think there's like 3 seasons a year. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it'd been out for, I don't know, I thought it was out for longer than that, because it was out for, I don't know, I first heard about it as a PS3 game, like before we had the Switch.
So there was
and all that. And I know there was the one that had the weird name. It's like Nerbacular or whatever it's called. Something like that. What's the original one?
Something called rocket powered battle cars or something.
Oh, like that. No, the Nerbacular one is the Portal one, right, or something.
Yep.
But I remember hearing about it when I heard about the Switch didn't exist. Like when I first heard about Rocket League, like we didn't even know what it was. So
yeah, it was pre-Switch. Yep.
I'd imagine. Well, it says 2015. So yeah, it's like 11 years old, but still, it feels. I don't know. I felt like it's been around forever.
It's fun, sometime it would be cool to play Rocket League with you guys again, to try to get you guys into it. But
nah, I don't know. Like, I'm not really. No, I tried playing that game. It's really not my style, and I really don't like. I really don't like playing online, competitive online, really, and like soccer. I don't really care for either, or football, or whatever you want to call it. So I mean, I don't care for and using cars for anything other than racing. I don't really care for either. So I don't know.
I don't care for any of the ingredients of the game. I don't care for soccer, for cars, sports in general.
No, you like soccer. You like soccer games. You've said it before, like arcade soccer games. Like you like Switch Sports soccer and all that.
But like watching soccer on TV, like I'm not watching the World Cup right now. They watch it at work, and
neither am I. I mean, but it's on everywhere. Like when every restaurant I go to has it on the TV, but I have no idea what's going on with it or have any. I think like the last game is on Saturday or something, but I only know that because Jess and I looked it up just to see like how long is it going on for, because I feel like it's been happening for the past like 3 months. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't affect me really. I don't care. It's just on TV when I'm just like this has been on for a long time. That's all. I thought it was over like 3 weeks ago, but I guess not. I don't know.
What I do appreciate about the World Cup is that it only happens every 4 years, and like that does kind of make as little as I care about sports, I care about the Olympics a little more for that same reason, because it's like it only happens every so often, right? To me, it's like basketball, football, whatever. It's kind of like it does. What does it really matter? Because it's just going to all happen again next year. It's like
it matters.
Yeah.
I mean, because they'll have different whatever. I mean, the only sport I care about is football, so it's just because it's like an RPG game, pretty much. It's all about strategy and all that stuff, and it's fun. It's an easy. I don't know. It's the only thing I think is enjoyable to watch. I understand it, I guess.
Besides wrestling. Yep.
Well, wrestling's not really a sport. That's like wrestling's like real life, comic book movies or whatever. It's like a real life superheroes. It's a whatever. It's a soap opera for adults or whatever. Like it's its own silly thing. It's like a TV show. It's not really. I wouldn't consider it a sport, I guess. Or whatever, combat sports, but planned combat sports. I don't know. I consider it entertainment more than competition, really. It's like watching a live play, is what I would always say. A very very dangerous live play where you might really severely hurt yourself if you miss your cue or whatever. But I think there was Did you ever talk about Fighting Force, the Fighting Force collection?
Oh yeah, so
remember.
I did get a couple of games that I mentioned that I got them, and I didn't really talk about them on here. But Fighting Force collection, yeah. So that one, it's I like it. It's I think I said on the Slack, it feels like if someone were to make a homage to N64 era brawlers, they would make Fighting Force, which is I know kind of backwards because this is actually an N64.
I mean, it is from that time. It is a game that came out on that time. Yeah,
like that's just what I think of when I think of an N64 brawler.
What like a 3D, like a 3D polygon brawler would be, which we really don't see anything. There's not a whole lot of games calling back to that. Most of the new indie games are all like pulling from the 2D brawler stuff, like the Turtles and the and the X-Men and all that sort of stuff. Right.
So it's like a little slower. It's a little clunkier. I think it's kind of charming for that. It's meant to be. It was meant to be a Streets of Rage game. So it's like that's how it was conceived anyway. That they were going to Sega with this game that they built and said, "Hey, you want to make this into a Streets of Rage game?" Yeah. And they have all the character archetypes are there. Everybody's kind of like a punk, that kind of thing. It's all in like the streets of New York. I don't know if it's specifically New York or what, but that's what it feels like. And then, I don't know where I was going with that, but it just is charming in that way. That like everything is like so badass over the top. You like throw something into a vending machine and the vending machine like explodes, that kind of thing. I love all that kind of stuff. And then couple that with
like GoldenEye, if you remember, like everything exploded in GoldenEye. I always thought that was the most hilarious thing, where you could shoot like a desk chair and it would explode into fire. I don't know if you remember that, but that was I thought it was hilarious when I was in high school. Like you could just shoot the cushion of a desk chair and it would explode, just like everything would explode in that game, and it just didn't make any sense.
It's funny.
Yeah. I think it's just they just made everything to explode, and I just got a kick out of it. It's like, all right, that's silly, but whatever. It's kind of like that.
Fighting Force. It brings me back, because I can remember really anticipating this game when it came out, because it was a couple of years into the life cycle of the N64, and there were no brawlers on there yet, and it was my favorite genre, one of my favorite genres at the time, still is today. But I was really like, oh, I don't know. Will this make the leap to 3D, or maybe this is just the type of game they're not going to make anymore?
Yeah, I feel like they kind of ditched them. Like I was like,
they did.
What kind of? Because a lot of the big games, a lot of games that I was into, like fighting games and RPGs and all that, kind of went to like PlayStation. But I was like, did PlayStation even have any, like, aside from like this game was on there too? But I didn't. I felt like it. Like the brawler genre kind of like peaked in the Super Nintendo Genesis time, and then it kind of like went away after that, because maybe because they didn't really know what to do with it in 3D or whatever, and
took them a while to figure that out.
Yeah.
And like that's what Fighting Force feels like. It feels like a good first step. It's definitely flawed in retrospect, because like it's very slow. Only a couple characters can appear on screen at a time. And, when that being said, when you take out one guy, it's like, yeah, the other guy's like, oh, my turn, and he jumps right in. So it is a little, yeah, it's got some flaws, but now I think that's what makes it feel like, oh, this is actually an homage to that era. Like it just feels like it was almost purposely made in that way.
It's definitely of the time, but it still
definitely
feels
of
like,
the time.
yeah.
So I enjoy that. $15 for that one. And there's something else that I got, but I'm totally blanking on it.
I was just looking at your whatever you played last. I know you talked about Windjammers. Is that the other one?
Oh yeah, I like Windjammer. That was the other one that I got at the same time. I've been playing more of that too.
Here, yeah. Talk about Windjammers.
Yeah, it's like a cross between. It's like frisbee meets tennis, and that you have to like throw the frisbee back and forth as quickly as possible, and then you have to get. It meets table hockey as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's really a direct. It's like table hockey with a sort of veneer of beach volleyball / frisbee, right? Where everything's again super like so radical and sunny and neon colors and all that kind of stuff. A+ all around for this game. Like I think it plays really, really well. It feels like this sort of Twitch arcade type experience where you're just focused in. It almost feels like a fighting game. Like I've told you before on the Slack. That's what it feels like. It feels like a one-on-one fighting game, and where you're just trying to like be in tune with what your opponent's about to do and try to outsmart each other. And, be in the right spot on the screen where you anticipate your opponent's going to send the frisbee, and then send the frisbee back to some spot that they're not ready for. So it's like block and attack.
Yeah,
I think you might enjoy this game that way. So
I have one of them. I have Windjammers 1. I bought it.
Have you ever really tried it before?
I bought it when it came out. Yeah, no, I don't think I really did. Or I played it a little bit and it didn't really click for me. But I bought it long time ago. Whenever that came because Windjammers 1 is an arcade game, right? And then they did
it's
a
an
sequel
SNK
much later.
Yeah. I think next time you feel like you're in the mood to play a fighting game, fire up Windjammers instead and commit to 10 minutes of it. I think you might find something there. Yeah.
Try it with my leverless and see how it works. I mean, as long as it's 2D and there's not like double analog, the leverless works for most things. I've actually used it for like Yakuza and stuff like that because you don't really need to move the camera around that much in those games because they're all like open world beat 'em ups. So it's like I tried to use it for the karaoke to see if it would help me at all, but it didn't. Like stuff like that. But yeah, I have the first one. Maybe I'll give it a try again.
That's pretty much it for me on the gaming front, except for I don't know. Except
for maybe feeling like dropping $1,000 on a new system.
Yeah,
it's so much. That's so much money.
It's a lot of money. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. But, I mean, for me, I'm it's definitely put the nail in the coffin for the PlayStation 5 for me. I'm never going to buy one. Not for fucking $1,000. No fucking way in hell, man. That's way too expensive. And I mean, if you are going to get it, make sure you get one with the disc drive because that's probably going to be worth something now that they've pretty much told everyone that they're doing away with discs. I mean, not for another like year and a half, but still, people are pretty pissed. Like I was even looking up. I don't know. There was an old like PlayStation 3 game that I played, like the old Spider-Man Shattered Dimension game. I was thinking about that game because it had that was the first time I saw like Spider Noir, and Justin and I watched like the Nicolas Cage Spider Noir on Amazon and all that. And I was like, I wonder how much that game is. That's got to be like nothing, right? I look it up and it's like $200 for like a used copy of Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions on PS3. I'm like, wow, okay. I don't know. I just expect that those discs aren't worth anything, but I guess they are now. So. I mean, my PS3 disc collection may be worth a lot more than I thought. I'm not planning on selling any of them, but I'm just curious because it seems to be that a lot of things have shot up, especially in the wake of the ditching the physical and all that. But yeah, if you are going to get one with the disc drive, because you may never see one again. That's what I'm saying.
Well, if I'm going to get one, I'll get the disc drive is completely separate, right? So
it depends. I think I thought some of them came with it and some of them didn't, or it's detached.
On the Pro, it's detached. It's separate. It's a separate. You can buy it as a bundle with the disc drive, but it's actually a separate unit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd get the Pro because who knows if the regular one will even run.
That's what I'm going to get.
Even run GTA 6. I mean, apparently it's only going to run at 30 even on Pro. So I mean, it's it might be a little clunky.
Yeah, so I'm just feeling like, I don't know, we're in the season before GTA 6, and I feel like it's still a little quiet on the demand side for the system, but in a month or two,
well, especially like I said, especially
start to go away,
especially since the announcement from Sony, everybody's pretty pissed about that. I mean, I'm sure they'll still. I mean, GTA is the ultimate casual game. Like every person who doesn't play video games will buy it. Just because. Right. That was all. When I ever looked at people's game collection, I'd always think less of you when all you had was Madden, Grand Theft Auto, and Guitar Hero. I was like, oh, okay, so you're not a real gamer.
Call of Duty, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was what most people had if they didn't. I don't know. If you didn't really play games, so that's how I felt. But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I have a feeling those disc drives are going to be pretty rare. Is the only thing. Like if you're going to get,
I think so.
One.
Yeah.
Like
so because it's $900 and the thing is separate, I'll just get the system itself for the moment. But then down the line, once I've licked my wounds and healed my wallet, yeah, I'd probably get the drive as well.
Yeah, if they're still around by then.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if they're, I don't know. I mean, since they're not doing the discs, I'm wondering when they're going to stop production on the disc drives. I don't know anything about that, and I haven't really looked into it. But especially with them being separate now, as you say, right. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but yeah, and you have to get one with a big hard drive because GTA is probably going to be like 5,000 gigabytes when it comes out. So it's not going to be small. I'm saying it's going to be at least 200 gigs. I guarantee it. So, and I don't know what they come at. I'm sure they have terabyte ones. Like you'll probably at least want to get that. So it just keeps loading up and loading up and loading up.
I think it's the default for the Pro is 2 terabytes.
Yeah. Which you could put like maybe 2 games on there.
Maybe.
When I bought my PlayStation 4, I think it was like the 500 gig one or something, and I think I installed like 2 games, and I had no space left. It was hilarious. Like I couldn't even install all the games that I had on it. It was the hard drive just like disappeared in a night. Like just trying to install the games that I had bought. It was hilarious. Like I could get maybe like 3 games on there, and I was like, oh okay. Well, I guess this is how this is now. There
was something interesting in the news regarding storage and rights and all that. That big conversation that's going on right now, where Microsoft was ordered by the courts to
stop firing people.
Well, not that, unfortunately.
I guess I heard that some countries were actually saved though by that. Like some developers that they owned in different countries were not allowed to be like laid off in that way. I forget which one it was, but because there were like 5 companies that like got that they fucked like this week, like including id Software, which sucks because I like those guys. Right when they released the new Doom DLC, it's like, hey, way to release the new Doom Dark Ages. Oh, by the way, you're all fired. It's like, what is going on here?
Yeah, thanks, Microsoft. Like they have a real history and some level of I don't know. They both have some level of responsibility or whatever we want to say toward each other. Like going all the way back to the first Doom, 1995 or something like that. That game sold PCs, and is part of the reason, or Microsoft, a big part of the reason where where Microsoft is where they're at today in the playing field, and it's like I don't know, it feels very especially disrespectful because of that history. It's like, hey, back that 30 years ago, we needed you needed us to help build up your position to where you're at today and all that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, we bought you a couple of years ago and now we fucked you over. Oh.
Yeah, it seems like, I don't know, from what I understand, it seems like they don't actually, I mean, like most American companies, they don't care about the people who work on the game. They just want the game. They just want like Dooms to come out like every year, but they don't want to have to pay anybody to do it or whatever. They don't understand I don't know. And not to mention that, id Software has been like pioneers of like the first person shooter genre for so long. And, with like Doom and Doom 2 and Quake. And like, there's so many games that like just revolutionized it that it's like, I don't know. And even like the Dark Ages did its own stuff that like no one else had done and all that. And it's like, nobody cares.
You see, John Conrad put out a tweet that said, I'm paraphrasing, said, I'm beginning to regret my earlier tweet that Microsoft will be a good steward of the id brand.
Oh yeah, no, I saw stuff about that. Yeah, I was following. I know like Digital Foundry, they're big Doom fans, so I listened to them talk about it. But yeah, it sucks.
The article I was going to bring up is that good news for a glimmer of good news for people regarding their management of their digital libraries and all that. This is from Engadget. Xbox gamer wins lawsuit against Microsoft to restore account and digital library, and Microsoft had to pay this guy $400 as well. So I guess he was able to convince a court that he should have his library restored.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
Away for some reason, but this is in Brazil, by the way. It's not the United States.
Yeah, nothing good happens here. It's only in other countries.
At least there's some precedent being started somewhere in the world in favor of the consumer. And I've said it before on the show, I'm of the opinion that I think we got to rethink, this idea from, we're paying for a license or whatever that they can revoke at any time. To I think all these companies have to legally be stewards of the library that we purchase. So it's right now I've got a library of games on my shelf in my home. I think it basically should be that my library lives on a server at Microsoft, and that's mine. And it's reasonable to say once I purchase it, Microsoft has to be the responsible for this library for, let's say, 20 years. We'll put a number on it. Not forever necessarily. When I make a purchase, they have to guarantee me access to my stuff for 20 years. I think that's reasonable,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people like praising Steam more for that because apparently whatever you buy on Steam, you've still kept, even if it was. But that doesn't guarantee that it'll work on whatever system you have or whatnot. But it still carries. You can still re-download it, I guess, even if you bought it in like 2005 or something. But yeah. But I could talk about, let's see, I'll just talk about a couple things.
Sure.
I see Jeremy's actually home, so he might be on soonish. I don't know. I'll talk about a couple things, and we can go on break, and then hopefully Jeremy will come back for the other stuff. But I got some stuff on sale too. This is like a couple weeks ago, but I was listening to what was it? Retronauts did a Guilty Gear podcast that I was listening to because I like
part of it actually
fighting games and Guilty Gear, and I have Guilty Gear Strive, which was the newest one. I paid full price for that. That's the newest Guilty Gear. That's still people still play that. That's at Evo or whatever. Or actually, I don't know if it was at Evo this year, but yeah. Anyway, it's the last one that I got, and I played Guilty Gear on Wii. Even going back that was probably the first Guilty Gear that I played, and I played Guilty Gear on Dreamcast for the first time way back when. That was the first time I ever saw Guilty Gear was on Dreamcast, probably in the early 2000s, I think. because a friend of mine had it. Anyway, I've been fans of the games for a while, and I was like, well, I got Guilty Gear Strive, but I know there's at least like 2 other Guilty Gear games on Switch, so I just looked at what they were at, and it turns out they were on sale for $3 each. So I bought Guilty Gear 1 and I bought Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus whatever, which the XX one is the same one that I had for Wii, so I'm kind of familiar with it. And I played them both a little bit. I played through the arcade mode with Cliff, who's like this old guy with a giant sword, so he was kind of fun to fuck around with. But I always liked those games. I always liked them because I thought they looked really pretty. Like I liked the sprite animation and the way the characters looked and all that, and yeah, it was like super metal, it'd be like heaven or hell, let's rock, like at the beginning of every match, and they had, I don't know, silly characters. I remember there was a character named Potemkin, and I had just gone to Colombia and watched Battleship Potemkin, the documentary, the black and white documentary, and I was like, oh yeah, like the Russian movie or whatever it's from. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I got a couple of those games for $3, and I just fucked around just in the arcade mode. Got yeah. I don't know if they're still on sale, but Guilty Gear games, they've always been really cool. And yeah, I got Guilty Gear 1 for $3.19. I got Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R for $3.74, marked down from $15. So that was cool to have those. And I played around with a little bit. Disgaea Mayhem got a demo, which I'm just curious about this because if anybody knows Disgaea games are like strategy games like not Final Fantasy, like Fire Emblem. Yeah. They're strategy games like Fire Emblem and what was that other? And I was trying to think of that Genesis one, but I can't remember it offhand. But those type of games. But Shining Force, that's the other one. That was Genesis's version of Fire Emblem with Shining Force, like those type of games. But this is like a all-out action game, and I was like, this guy is an action game. What? I have to try this. So I tried the demo, and it's basically like a Muso game. It's like a Disgaea Warriors game, but it looks weird. Like the animation is weird. All the characters look weird, and pretty much all of the levels end with you fighting a gigantic lady with huge boobs that bounce around and try to kill you. So I really don't know what to take of this game, but it's got some mad weird jiggle physics at the end there. For like there's 3 different levels you can play. There's like easy, medium, and hard. I played through all of them, and they all end with some giant babe trying to crush you. So it's I don't know. It's not it didn't sway me towards the game or anything. I'm not planning on buying it or anything like that. I just was really curious what like an action Disgaea feels like, because I played one of them. Like I think Disgaea 5 or something came out when Switch 1 first launched. And I played it, and it was, strategy games I can only get so far, because they're too much, I don't know, too much thinking, too much chess. I can't think like 5 moves ahead or whatever. So, I don't know. So I did that. But over the weekend, I don't think we ever got to mention it, but Tetris 99 had the StarFox Tetris Maximus this weekend, which, I always have to play those and collect the themes. But this is the best I've done in a long time. Like I have not, I like Tetris 99 a lot, but I've never won a Tetris Maximus, like even without the events, or I've never even won a regular game. But at this one I made it to 5th place. So maybe the StarFox music inspired me to do better just because I'm good at that game. That's what I like to believe, that it put me in StarFox mode, because I think I'm pretty good at StarFox 64, as I said earlier about my collection of expert medals and all that. And I did all the stuff you could do on the 64 one originally, and that one did not have checkpoints, and it did not let you retry levels, so it's much, much harder to do it on that than it is on this new one. But yeah, no, I did that for Tetris 99, so I got my StarFox theme, and I made it all the way to 5th place, which was like, that's like the highest I've gotten in months. I don't remember when I've been that high last, so it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool feeling. I was in the zone. I was like, wait, am I gonna get it? And it's like, no, you're never gonna get it. But I got close. I got pretty damn close there.
Yeah, but I always regret every time I see that game on my menu. I always regret not jumping in and trying it like right away when it came out. I think I was doing something that weekend.
Tetris 99, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like play it.
I'm surprised it didn't get to you since you're such a Tetris fan. Like, it's an excellent game, and it's still. I love the support of it. Like every time, like every single Nintendo game gets a Tetris Maximus. Like I just love, we're gonna get a Splatoon Raiders one. We already got a Yoshi one. Like there was a fucking Tomodachi Life one. Like they do one for everything. There'll be a Rhythm Heaven one, I'm sure, soon enough. Like that, I just like the support of it, where it's like, let's do a different themed board, and that's what keeps bringing me back. Is like there's the Splatoon events. Like I never really, it's like I didn't get anything from that. Like if they gave me some cool new theme for Splatoon, I'd do it every time. But I have all the themes for Tetris 99, so I feel like I would, I don't know, they would be, I would be doing myself a disservice to not get it. Even when Jess and I were in Japan, I got like whatever one, and they do like the Luigi's Mansion 3 one or something. Like there was one I played there even on Japan Online and still got the theme or whatever. Like I've been dedicated to that, to getting those Tetris 99 themes for a long time. So I owe it to myself to keep getting them.
I think I feel like the same way I do about Amiibo, which is like, because it kind of missed the boat initially. It's like why even try? Like,
well, yeah, now that there's like 500 of them,
right? Yeah.
I mean, well, now you can find certain ones for dirt cheap, so you just wait till they're on sale, because that seems to happen a lot. I feel like every time I go into a GameStop, it's there's some of them are like $5 or $8 or whatever. They're always on pretty deep discount. Like I bought the rest of those Street Fighter 6 ones for like $10 each or something like that, and they were $40 when they came out. So that shit happens. And just for the hell of it, just because it looked weird, and I like weird games, I bought the Console Archives Tactical Rescue Assault Group Missions of Mercy. That's what it's called. And this is an obscure PlayStation 1 game, and what turned me on to it is it's basically Resident Evil. It's a Resident Evil knockoff, made by I think it's an SNK game actually. But it's weird because it's Resident Evil. So in Resident Evil, I mean, like there's fixed camera angles. You walk around the world. There's monsters that you fight. But a lot of it's like physical combat, like where you're doing like martial arts and stuff like that instead of shooting people. Even though there's two different characters you can use. And the character I started off with does have like a gun, and I was able to shoot people like as I would in Resident Evil. And then I switched to the other character, and it's like the female character, and She has like martial arts and stuff that you do in like a fixed camera angle world. I don't know. I didn't play it for I played it for like a couple hours, and I kept kind of getting lost. Like I didn't really know where to go or what to find. And I kept finding a whole bunch of locked doors, like being like, oh, you need this key card. And I'm like, I don't know where any of this stuff is. So it kind of, I got lost pretty quickly on it, but just because of its weirdness, I got it. Plus I got it like Jess and I were on vacation, in Indiana, and I was like, I'll buy this dumb game just because I like what the Console Archives are doing. I like these weird games that are out there, so I felt like I would support one. It's basically like all we have left of Virtual Console. It's basically is what it is. And I loved. I was a supporter of Virtual Console. I had hundreds of games on my Wii. Transferred to my Wii U now, but that used to be. I mean, that was the day back in the Wii where like that was the event, like the new like Virtual Console game for the week and all that. And there are plenty of games that, I mean, that was like my Sega Genesis Renaissance there, because, I never had a Sega Genesis, but then all of a sudden I could purchase all these Sega Genesis games.
Got to see over the fence for the first time.
And I got to play and then I kind of like fell in love with like Phantasy Star and like Beyond Oasis and all these really cool Genesis games that I had never heard of, and they were available now, and I could just fuck around with them. So that's kind of same sort of thing, I guess, for old PlayStation 1 games. Like this game I'd never heard of before, but I do have there's a soft spot in my heart for these like Resident Evil likes with the fixed camera angle and all that.
What's the theme? Is it a horror game or what genre, I guess?
I mean, well, it's a Resident Evil game. Like it's not like I wouldn't say it's necessarily. I mean, like I said, by genre, it's fixed camera angles and tank controls, and you fight monsters in that. It feels like Resident Evil, but it's not scary, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Because you're like a tactical assault team or something. You're like you're like SWAT or whatever. you're coming in to like help out
Sounds
some government agency or something like that. But you're still fighting monsters.
Or
but
the
it's
vibe's
not
a little bit more like Time Crisis or something.
Sort of, I guess, but you're not shooting anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Time Crisis is a light gun game. That's much more.
But I mean, like
fast paced
vibe-wise, like you know what I mean, like brighter colors and kind of cheesy dialogue and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, you could even compare it to like Fighting Force, I guess, like that sort of thing.
Oh yeah,
kind of. You know, it's kind of clunky, you know, because it's like martial arts like in a fixed camera angle and all that with tank controls. The controls are really weird. So I was just looking at reviews before I got it, like old reviews of it, because nobody really cares about the Switch version or something. That couldn't really find anything about that. But somebody was saying that it made Resident Evil 2 look like the greatest controlling game of all time compared to that. But I think it controls fine. I don't know. It was one of those things that it was like $11. So I was like, I'll just spend money on this silly thing. And just because all the Final Fantasy games were on sale again, even though I think that was probably a bad idea, but I bought Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy 7 because it was on sale for $6, which I played through Final Fantasy 7 on PlayStation 3 whenever I got that, and I thought it was fine. You know, it wasn't my favorite Final Fantasy, but since I've been so into like Rebirth and all these other like remakes, I figured it was time to get the new one. So or the old one again for the first time. And I did try playing it on my PSP, but the PSP screen is so tiny, it's kind of hard to play nowadays compared to like the Switch and Switch 2 and all that. But I got that game for $6 and I played it for like an hour. It's old school Final Fantasy stuff. But before I forget, as I said at the very beginning of the episode, I'm wondering what the hell is going on with Squaresoft. Or with Square Enix. It's kind of killing me, like what they're doing to us, to fans like me. Well, basically, they're re-releasing all of their games on Switch 2 with no upgrade path and no save transfer.
Stupid.
It's killing me. Like it's driving me nuts. Like Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 just got Switch 2 releases in Japan, not here yet. They're not coming out till October yet. But there's no upgrade path, there's no save transfer. I loved Octopath Traveler 2. And I would totally pay like $10 or something to get like a visual upgrade just to play it again from where I was. I put like 20 hours into it or something. But I don't want to buy it again and start from the beginning and pay $60 or something. That seems like to be what they're doing. And they had like all of their Final Fantasy games on sale. And since I've been since I've been so in love with like the remake and Rebirth and Reunion and all these games, I wanted to give some of the other ones a try again that I didn't like. Like I was like, oh, I want to try like Final Fantasy X. Or like Final Fantasy 12, or, I was hoping that 15 and 16 would make it to Switch 2 also, so I can give 15 a stab again. I mean, that was like the first game I got for PS4 whenever I got that. But it seems like my advice to anyone who's listening to this is do not buy any of the Final Fantasy games for Switch 1, because they seem to be re-releasing all of them as Switch 2 versions without an upgrade path, so... don't do that. And even though they're like all on sale now, I was like, oh, I really want to get 12 because I've heard people comparing 12 to Xenoblade and I love those games. But I don't want to do it because I know once I do it, they're going to be like, oh, and here's the Switch 2 version for $60. It's like, fuck you. I want to wait for it to come out for $60 and I'll wait for it to go on sale and then I'll buy it for $12 for the Switch 2. It's like
very dumb.
Like, and I felt like Square was really, I mean, they're really supporting Switch 2. They're bringing a ton of games over, but why are we doing? And there was just right before we started recording, they just re-released like one of the Star Ocean games, a Switch 2, same thing, no upgrade, no save transfer, $60. It's like, what the fuck, guys? What are you doing here? Like, I don't understand this. Like, I mean,
I don't know anything about how the back end of how the store works or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems to me that Nintendo is aware of who has bought what game.
Yeah.
And they probably passed that information on to their publishing partners as well, so Square can know who bought Square games and all that stuff. So the information is out there that you bought these games already.
Yeah.
And so isn't there just some bit of coding or something that's on the shop that's like, hey, this person already bought a game with the same title, so let him have the Switch 2 version.
Yeah.
Let them have the Switch 2 version for free.
Yeah, they're doing like the same thing with like Dragon Quest 11, which is like one of the best games ever. But I don't understand. I really don't get it. Like, it's like a whole new version, no upgrade, no transfer. It's like,
right.
It kind of feels like you're just giving the middle finger to anybody to the people who bought all these games for Switch 1. It's kind of what I feel. You're not extending an olive branch or whatever to the people who supported you
right.
for the first system. Like, it's like, a lot of people bought these Square games on Switch 1. Like, throw us a fucking bone, man. That's all I'm saying.
An argument might be that they put some money into developing the Switch 2 version, whatever.
I said I'd throw them $10. I'll throw them $10 for an upgrade. I'm not asking for it for free.
Like,
yeah.
Versus just offering no path whatsoever. Here's a good argument to just straight up, like I was saying, recognizing, hey, this person already bought the game on the other system. Just give the whole new game for free again. Here's an argument for that.
Yeah,
you're gonna get thousands of people playing that game again. People talk. This is the age of the internet, and everybody talks about, streams what they're playing. That's going to be free advertising for people who have not got this game yet. It gets the buzz out there again. So the folks who already paid for the game, just let them turn on the Switch 2 version and see all the pretty new stuff, so that they'll talk about it and advertise for you. Then you'll make more sales. Yes.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, I was thinking with the Octopath Traveler thing, like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, awesome. Like, I never beat either of those games like that, and I have both of them. That would give me a reason to start it again. And these games are 100-hour RPGs. Like, they're very long, so I'm sure there's a lot of people who bought them but stopped playing them. Like, releasing it with an upgrade path gives it a really good, like you were saying, gives people a reason to just start playing it again and start talking about it again. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of lapsed Octopath players out there that would like to try it again on their shiny new Switch 2. I don't know. It's not fair, and I like Square. I like their stuff, but I have a lot of your games, and I don't want to buy them again. But I'd like to see the Switch 2. I'd love to see the Switch 2 version of Dragon Quest XI, but I'm not paying full price for it. And I put like 200 hours into that game. I'm not starting at the beginning again. No way. I don't want to. But we could take a break here if you want, and then maybe we'll have 3 people when we come back. We'll see.
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go!
And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and, hey, Mario, let go.
Whoa!
Whoa! He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
break. We'll talk about some news stuff. John's going to have to jump out early today, but hopefully we'll have Jeremy here for the last part there. But
by early, Trey means late.
Well, yeah, we
1:40.
We started late anyway. I mean, like early as in not as long as normal as our normal. It's not like
I was trying to say I'm not dipping out for no reason. It's late over here.
We're not trying to throw you under the bus there. No. One thing I saw that I thought you'd be interested in, which we called it, but Big Walk is on the eShop now.
Yep.
And it's $20. That's what we said it would be. But I see no evidence of a game share.
Yeah, that's puzzling. That's really
because it would normally, it would show it on if it has game share, it shows it on the eShop, and I didn't see that on there. So, but $20 is I didn't expect it to be any more than that, but there you go. There's proof of it, and it's soonish, right? Isn't it August? It's not an August game.
So
everything's kind of blurred together. It feels like the next couple months is just going to be like 300 games all coming out on the same day. But yeah. Big Walk is up there. So
I was really looking forward to that one. I thought the breakdown they did a couple weeks ago was really intriguing. And this is from the folks who did Untitled Goose Game, which everybody in the world loves.
It was it made a pretty big impact, when it came out. But I guess since we were talking about releases, we could just go through that because I do have that in the notes. We got a pretty big. There's some stuff from last week too that I didn't get to mention that I put on here, but. Speaking of Switch 2 edition stuff, how we were just talking about Square Enix, Starbytes, which is the Falcom game, they got their Switch 2 edition is out now. When it came out on Switch like a few weeks, like a month ago, and it was supposed to have a Switch 2 edition, but they delayed it, and now it's out now. But this is actually a $5 upgrade, so hooray! That's how we should do things. $5 difference, but I don't know. I'm kind of interested in this game. I think it got like 7s around, but. I like a lot of 7 games, so I don't really care. But it's like a science fiction action RPG thing from what I've heard, so that's kind of my type of stuff. But yeah, it's out now. $5 more than it's $50 for Switch 1 and $55 for Switch 2. So I like that. I like that pricing there. Digimon Time Stranger is out now. It has a demo. I don't really know anything about Digimon, but a lot of people like those games.
I just met someone today at work, new guy at work, who's a Digimon fan, and he showed me he has a Digimon tattoo.
Wow, is it the dinosaur? That's the only Digimon I recognize. It must be like their mascot or something because it's on like the cover of all these.
I didn't get a close look, but
there's like a T-Rex type Digimon that I see on the cover of a lot of these, and that's all I really know. But yeah, it's coming out for Switch 1 and 2. Apparently, I don't know, people like these games. So apparently these newer ones are pretty good, so I don't know. Detopia, which I put that on there because it kind of looked like a point-and-click game. It's a Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 release for $20. Gentle-paced puzzle adventure is what it is. But it kind of, to me, it looked like a point-and-click game. You're like a dude that kind of looks like a cop in the future, but not a bad cop. I don't know. It just is one of those John games. It seemed like.
I like John games.
Detopia, just because it looks like one of them point-and-click story games. Tackle logic-based puzzles to resolve mechanical issues and keep the facilities running smoothly for the residential community of Detopia. I don't know.
I wonder, is it like a take on Detroit, like something like that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the D.
Why D?
I don't know what
D-Town here.
Yeah, I don't know what the D stands for in Detopia. Yep. Hopefully, it's the D in Detroit. And it's $2 off. It's got that $2 release discount. This game I wanted to talk about last week with Jess because I thought that they'd be into it. But Moonlight Peaks is out now. It came out last week. Apparently, it's pretty popular. I heard that it was kind of up there on the charts. It's like a cozy. It's like a horror cozy game. Like it's a cozy game, but you play as like witches and vampires and werewolves and stuff like that within like a Halloween themed area, and it's very black and purple, and I like those colors that are going on there.
Has to be a Twin Peaks reference if it's talking about like a spooky town.
Maybe, I don't know. There was no vampires in Twin Peaks though. Well, just really weird aliens and stuff. Well, they were more around like aliens and other dimensional lodges and whatnot and spirits, but But yeah, and I don't know. There's a demo for it too. I should try out the demo. I don't know how much it gives you but you can do the demo for Switch 1 and 2, and apparently people like it. But speaking of people liking stuff, Dench Attack came out today. That's the one where you can grind the rails with the bus.
Right. Yeah.
And it got a 9 at IGN. It's they liked it a lot. It's gotten really good reviews from what I've seen. I played the demo of it and I thought it was fun.
I don't know. It didn't gel with me for some reason. I was a little surprised. I give it another shot, but
yeah, the controls were pretty complicated. I thought, or a little bit, or kind of. It didn't. I guess it didn't feel like it wasn't like Tony Hawk. It was different in a lot of ways. I think we have our third joining us now.
Hi.
With a new camera angle.
Yeah, I can't find my other camera. Well,
that's fine. This is fine. There
everything was kind of.
You made it. It took you like
kind of topsy turvy.
Took you like 20 hours to get back from Oregon. There you were, right?
Literally a full day of travel, which whatever. I guess that's just why you plan things this way.
Is it because of the heat, the massive heat and whatnot?
I have no idea. They didn't say why. We just were stuck on the tarmac for a while waiting to taxi because the plane ahead of us hadn't left yet.
Were you at O'Hare?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I told Jess that, and they were like, "That sounds like an O'Hare thing, where you get stuck on the tarmac."
Usually we usually have pretty good luck with planes, but of course today,
that's all right. You could be here. At least
but I'm here.
You're here for the last 30 minutes of the episode. But yeah, here.
Hey, happy I could be here.
But Jeremy's back. Jeremy's back for the end of the show here. We kind of hinted at it.
I've returned.
That you would return. John and I were just running through the releases for the week. But
I was in Pacific time zone.
Yeah, that also you probably lost 3 hours on the way here because of that.
2 hours.
So, yeah, because it's 2 hours, right? Yeah. Well, you probably.
When we just finish up on the releases for the week, then I'm gonna jet after that.
Yeah. So yeah, we were just talking about Moonlight Peaks, Dench Attack is what we were talking about, which is getting great reviews. Grind shit as a bus. That's what you should do. But one game I'm pretty interested in is this game called Tito. There's the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 edition of it. And Tito is from Super Rare Games, and those are the same guys who published Cavern of Dreams, which was like an N64 3D platformer that I really liked a few years ago. I don't think it's specifically the same development team, but it kind of has that feeling. And it's like a Mario 64 type platformer, and it looks pretty cool. I don't know. I did watch. I watched Switch Up do a review of it earlier, and it looks like my type of game. And it's like $17. I might go for it if I don't know if I make any money this week. We'll see. But I like these type of games, and it kind of looks like something I'd be into. And it's fully voiceovered. I think it's a New Zealand game because they all got heavy New Zealand accents. The characters do, and it's got a lot of fun. Kind of rare. Type quirky humor was what it looks like, but yeah, and you can absorb different things and power your character in different ways by that. So it looks like a game that I would be into. Tito. The Mermaid Mask is out now. I think that's kind of another point and clicky game. I don't remember exactly why I put it on there, but there it is. Heave Ho 2. That was in one of the directs. I remember that one. That was in it was either in a partner showcase or it was in an indie direct. But, there was a Heave Ho already, and now it has a sequel for $10 coming out now. And also, Fitness Boxing 2 gets the Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade for $10. Wait, is it 2 or 3? I thought it was 3.
Maybe it was 3. Yeah, I think you put 2 on there.
I think I mixed it up. No, it's 3. It's Fitness Boxing 3. I was going to say, I swear it was 3. Yeah, no, 3 got a Switch 2 update is what it got. And what else got a Switch 2 update is Outlaws plus Handful of Missions. That's that LucasArts first-person shooter cowboy game that I actually really want to play. And now there's a Switch 2 version of it, which is free if you own the game. So I'll just wait for it to go on sale again. I was just kind of waiting for the Switch 2 version to come around for that one. And here it is, 120 FPS.
So it's like first-person Red Dead or something?
Well, it's before Red Dead, so you could say Red Dead is a third-person Outlaws. But no, I mean it's basically a Doom type game with it's
It's an old game.
set in a cowboy type.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's an old
Okay.
game.
I think it was like late 90s.
It's an old pixel shooter, and I like those games. But yeah, free upgrade. 70s style robot anime Geppy X. I remember seeing this game around. It's kind of like, it's sort of like Orbitals in like trying to do the style of 70s, which would make it look like Gundam then, I guess. Original Gundam was 79. But yeah, this is what's coming out for 40. This is more like a bullet hell shooter game, but I thought it looked pretty cool. We had talked about this other one before, Biomechanical Toy.
And this was a couple weeks ago on the Qbyte Direct.
Yeah. Well, it's
I thought it was pretty interesting.
I think it's out now officially, or it's out this
$10.
this week. So
It looks like it's this crazy fever dream of a game where you're fighting these like possessed toys, but you are like a little miniature Steven Seagal.
oh yeah, we talked about that and Steven Seagal's
totally got,
ridiculous
like,
beliefs and
the
whatnot.
jeans, the tank top, and the ponytail. Yeah, absolutely. That's who they were going for. I'm interested in this game. It's $10 and it looks really kooky. So yeah,
Super
I'm
kooky.
for it.
And I think that's what I got for the releases. It's a lot of them. So I don't think I'll get any of them except for maybe that I'll get the Outlaws one eventually.
Well,
I'll get the Tito one.
It's getting a little late over here, so
But John needs
I
to
gotta jet early,
get
and
to
I
Tito
will.
right now. And by Tito I mean night.
Sleep.
Sleepy time.
all right. I'll see everybody next week.
All
Good
right.
night, John. See you
Take
next
care. So, I've been waiting this whole time to talk to you about Final Fantasy because John would not want to talk about Final Fantasy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, go for it. Because I've been playing some myself.
Well, you beat
we're playing a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you beat 16, didn't you? In
I
between
did
between
finish
episodes
16.
because you haven't been here for like 2 weeks. You made
That's
it to
true.
the end of
I-
16.
I think I beat it like a couple days after we recorded. Like the last time I recorded with this show, so it's like 2 weeks ago.
Nice. It was
So,
fun.
yeah.
It was fun the whole way through.
It was, yeah. I really enjoyed it. Like the battles are really fun, and once you just keep getting new powers or magic, or whatever you want to call it, because you basically absorb the powers of everyone, and you beat all the bosses, so you get stronger and stronger, and it's cool.
Like
But
Mega Man.
I did not like the way the game ended. I will say that.
Oh, really?
Was not a fan.
Was there a big earthquake in the middle of the final boss, and you were like, "What the hell?" That's how I
No,
felt.
it's more just like the resolution of everything.
That's how I felt about Final Fantasy VII. Spoilers: the
The
original
game
game
doesn't have to make you feel good at the end, but I was kind of hoping for it because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a pretty dark game. Like it's pretty grim all the way through, I would say.
Yeah, and it still just keeps getting darker.
But the battles are fun, and there's a lot of exploration left for me to do because I can go anywhere. Like I've been able to for a while, but I was staying pretty much on the main quest. So there's a lot to do, and then there's also DLC. But I think the DLC, I was hoping it like answered some questions, and maybe it does, but it seems like the DLC is more just like you're supposed to finish it before you finish the game, so it takes place.
Oh, so
in
it's
a
not
time
like
period or whatever.
it's not like additional It's not like additional story stuff like past the ending or whatever.
They add a new dungeon, so I don't know if that means you get a new power or something. I haven't really read into it, but that's the first DLC, and I guess it's fairly short. It's just like one dungeon, and then then the second one I think is more of a story-based thing. But once again, I'm pretty sure it takes place like halfway through the game, as far as the series of events and stuff. So I might have even have to like, I don't know if it lets you rewind it or what. I don't know how you do it, but
Yeah, I don't know. I would think that if the DLC goes into the story before the ending, would you have to have an earlier save? I don't know how that works. I've never actually tried to do that.
I don't know either.
Because I know, like, was that the Star Wars Outlaws game, the other Outlaws game? I remember, like, the Switch version had all the DLC in it, and some of the DLC was, like, part of the story. So I just randomly found the Lando DLC, like, just playing the game. And I think that was the whole reason why they re-released Ys 10 was because all their DLC is worked into the story. So if you beat the game, you wouldn't be able to see it or whatever. So they want you to start all over again, which is annoying. But I'll do it whenever it's on sale. But I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. I think it's a good one. It
Nah,
made me want to play more.
I'd really
this
like to
action
see
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I was just talking to John about it because I said it as like a kind of a topic at the beginning of the episode, and I kind of already went into it. But Square is killing me with all these Switch 2 releases. Like they keep releasing Switch 2 versions of things with no upgrade path and no save transfer, and it's
so weird because
it's driving me nuts. I don't understand.
Demos were the save transfers, so it's like you know they know how to do it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I said it earlier. I feel like they're giving the middle finger to everyone who supported them on Switch 1. It's kind of like, what the hell, man? Because Final Fantasy X and X-2 is coming out next week. No transfer. Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 are out in Japan. Like no transfer. Like that one really kills me because I would totally pay $10 to get a Switch 2 version of Octopath Traveler 2. It just give me a reason to get back to playing it again. Like I really liked it. I played like 20 hours of it.
I would like to play that game someday.
And a lot of these games,
a lot of good things.
And a lot of these games were like super on sale, but it's like don't be tricked because they won't. You know, they have like Star Ocean on sale for like $6, but they just like re-released it for like $60 for Switch 2. It's like what? Don't buy anything. I guess that could have a Switch 2 version. That's what I'm saying. But did you? I think you got one, didn't you? I think I saw on your Switch that you might have bought. That you might have bought a Final Fantasy that you already had access to on Switch on PlayStation.
On PlayStation, yeah. But I was like, I want to take a game with me on the vacation, and so I bought Intergrade while it was on sale.
It was on sale a lot too. Wasn't it like $13? Like it was.
Yeah,
really cheap.
It was super cheap.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna buy it because I'd rather just play it on the go.
Because I bought it when I bought it. I think it was $20, but yeah, it was even less than that. It was like in the teens, and I was like, wow. And they were even selling Rebirth for $30, and that's only like
that's crazy.
That's only like a month old or something. I think that whatever. I mean, I think that they're trying to get as many people on the Final Fantasy remake bandwagon as they can when Revelation comes. And I'm definitely on there. I'm 100% on Revelation. But what do you think of remake? Did you get to play it much?
I've played a little. I mean, I've played maybe like 2 hours. So I've put
okay.
some time
So you're probably still like in the demo opening part.
I probably am. Yes, I'm further than I had ever played before in it. But it's definitely getting kind of tough. And right now I'm just kind of trying to find a spot on the map I'm supposed to go to, but it's because I keep having to. Things just kept coming up, you know.
Oh sure.
I kept putting it to sleep, and then I forgot what I was doing. But the thing has been like a little tough to adjust for me is just the battle system being very different than 16. Like it's similar in some ways, but like it's very different in the way you select your different magic attacks and stuff.
I would guess that it's probably slower than 16 is what I would think. Like Final Fantasy 7 is, because it is a little bit. They were trying to like sort of find some sort of middle ground between like the between like the turn-based stuff of the original game and action, so it's not.
So it like slows down when you're choosing things. There may be a way to turn that off. I don't know, but I don't see why I'd want to. It works for what it is. It's just it's just going from one system to the other because 16 is just total action and like it's button like combos that you hit to.
Yeah. I mean, there are
spells and stuff.
There are combos you can do, like if you can do like similar like as you would in an Ys game, where like if you hold like L, you can have different buttons. You can map your buttons to different like abilities and spells and stuff. So you can do it quickly where you don't use the menu. Like you can do that stuff.
Well, then I need to go in and mess with the controls because I might be able to make it play more like 16. And then, I mean, by no means am I complaining. It's just I have to adjust to something different.
Yeah, and you can't really. There's no like witch time. There's no like iframes or anything like that. Like 16 is. I know that's a big difference, but there are some enemies that you fight that if you dodge a certain like attack that they do, there is a witch time, but it's only for specific enemies. But I have found it before. But there's some ones that have like charge beams that if you like dodge out of it at the right time, they'll basically get knocked out and you'll get a whole bunch of time and to knock them out. And I don't know if the big thing about 7 is the stagger meter, where you basically want to stagger them and then knock them down like very much like you would in Xenoblade. It's like
16. That's pretty much the same.
It's like the topple, like and in 7 there's you'll see 2 meters. There's their life meter and there's a stagger meter.
Yep.
And you pressure them and then you stagger them, but you want to get the pressure meter up and then they'll get knocked out and then you do all your damage. With
pressures
and all that.
I don't think there's a pressure meter.
Yeah,
but in 16, but I mean, I like it so far. It's very fast paced, very go.
I think it looks great on Switch too. Especially remake looks really really nice. It's a bit
more, it's a bit more cartoony than the other one I was playing, and I kind of appreciate that.
Oh, I was afraid you might think it's too dark because it does totally get dark. It's very much a dark game, especially remake, because
I know.
I mean, you're in Midgar the whole time, and where they're at is pretty shitty. Like they're living in the Undercity. It's very much like Metropolis and all that. Like where everybody's they can't even see the sky. Because all the rich people live above them and all that stuff. So there's a lot about like depression and get with the the man keeping his thumb on your face and all that stuff. But no, it's an excellent game, and I hope you get to play more of it.
I will. It's probably what I'm going to be playing for a while because I don't know what else to play, and I'm pretty strapped after my vacation for cash.
Well, I recommend do all of the quests on Final Fantasy VII and do them before you go to the next area, because in Remake you can't go back and do anything. So do any side quests you want to do them when they're available, because you won't be able to do them again. Well, once you beat the game, there's like a chapter select where you can go and play whatever you want, but you don't want to do it that way. And there's a lot of bonuses that you can only get if you do all the side quests. So do everything in there and scan everybody too. That'll help you a lot with if you have the assess materia, use that because it'll tell you what everybody's weakness is and how to pressure them and all that stuff, which is really important for bosses and whatever. And upgrade your weapons. That's another big thing in that one. But yeah, no, it's a really cool game, and I hopefully you enjoy it because I really did.
So far, so good, and it looks great on Switch too. And I've only played it in handheld mode, and it looks great, or tabletop mode.
Yeah, well, it's gonna. Yeah, so you're gonna love it on your big TV once you put it on there because it does look real good. Looks real nice. But I beat a Final Fantasy game this week also. And it kind of blew my mind, the ending
Rebirth?
of it. No, I beat Reunion, or I beat a Crisis Core Reunion, the PlayStation Portable game.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the last physical game I ever bought for $15. No, I'll buy another physical game, I'm sure. But this is the last physical game that I've gotten. That's Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, which is the remastered version.
On Switch 2?
It's a Switch 1 game, but I beat it on Switch 2. No, what happened was I was playing Rebirth, and I got to, was it Gagongon, something like that? There's this weird town where Zack is from. I don't know. Do you know who Zack Fair is? He looks like Cloud, but he has black hair.
Don't remember off the top of my head.
You probably don't know who Zack is. So Zack actually dies before Final Fantasy VII. And Crisis Core is the story of Zack all the way up to when he dies. Spoilers. I'm going to talk about the ending of Crisis Core, which is the beginning of Final Fantasy VII.
Zack dies at the end.
He does, yeah. But what kind of blew my mind about this game, and I said as my middle name earlier, the beginning is the end is the beginning. So it's not quite the end of the game, but almost the end of the game. In Crisis Core, there's like the second to last part of the game is the beginning of Rebirth. Is the exact same beginning, except Cloud is there, but it's not. It's completely different. So everything you see in Rebirth is wrong, basically. So Rebirth is Cloud's version of it because for some reason he thinks that he's Zack. So everything that you do at the beginning of Final Fantasy Rebirth with Sephiroth, none of that happened. Because Cloud was there, but Cloud was never a soldier. He was never part of Soldier. He just told people that because for some reason his memory got mixed with Zack's memory. So damn. I just didn't know any of this stuff, and I was like, "Holy shit! This is the same." It's not as like obviously this is a PlayStation Portable game that they remade, they remastered it. And it's cool because they remastered it and they made everybody look like they did in Remake, and they called it Reunion. So it's basically like 2.5. It's basically like if you don't play this game and you go straight into Rebirth, you might be missing some things like I did. Like I didn't understand that the beginning of Rebirth is supposed to be a reference to the end of Reunion, because it's like the exact same thing where you go to Cloud's hometown and you meet Tifa. But you're not Cloud, you're Zack. You're doing all the things that Zack does because that's actually what happens. And Cloud is there, but he's like a peon. He's an infantry guy. And he wears his helmet the whole time because he doesn't want anybody to know that he's there because he's ashamed to be back at his hometown. So all the stuff that you do in Rebirth is not real. Is Zack's version of it. And Zack doesn't even really know Sephiroth at all. Cloud doesn't know Sephiroth. Zack does. So it's just important to know Zack's life because that's pretty much everything that Cloud claims to be is what Zack did before the game. And I guess there's a part in the original game where this happens. I really don't remember. I played through it, but I don't remember all of this. But I don't know. It kind of blew my mind. But yeah.
So you're saying that Cloud is just Zack and a fool?
I guess he believes that he's Zack because so at the end of the game. Zack and Cloud do fight Sephiroth together. Well, Zack fights Sephiroth, and then Cloud goes after him, and Cloud gets stabbed in the chest by Sephiroth. And then you basically carry Cloud home as Zack through the rest of the game. But he gets attacked by Shinra, and he ends up getting killed by like 100 Shinra members at the end of the game.
Ow.
And Zack watches you die, and when you die, Zack says, Cloud watches Zack die, and Zack says, remember me, or carry on your life, or live your life for me, or whatever. And I guess in that way somehow his memory transferred to Cloud. I really don't know. So I'm really interested to see where this goes.
Talk about backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes, because in Rebirth I got to where Zack's from, and I found his parents, and they're like, "Do you know who Zack Fair?" And Cloud's like a jerk about it. He's like, "No, I don't know him." But he's like, "But he's a soldier. He's probably dead." Is what he says. And I'm like, "Dude, what a jerk."
Nice guy.
So I was like, well, I need to know about Zack Fair. So I went back and I played Crisis Core Reunion, and I learned about it's basically about how he became, a first soldier and all that stuff, and how, and Sephiroth going bad, and it's all the stuff that you see in Rebirth, but it's through Zack's eyes is how it actually happened. So when you play Rebirth, there's Cloud, and then there's another guy with a helmet on, and that guy with the helmet on is actually Cloud. And you're actually Zack. Like, it's all...
I remember hearing something.
It just kind of blew my mind. And I'm glad that I played it, like, way after the fact, like, out of the zeitgeist or whatever, where I didn't know any of this stuff. So I got to actually discover it by playing the game. And nobody said anything about it. I think it's cool to come to these things later, when nobody's talking about it. And
maybe I can
find it on my own.
So stupid. I'm just kidding. I'll try to play that game. I'd play Crisis Core. So is it like a different style of game, or it's more action or RPG?
So with the remaster, with the Reunion version, they basically tried to do as best as they could to make it as close to like Remake as they could. Is the idea. So they redid all of the art to make it match the way the characters look in Remake. So it's pretty much made to be like the next thing after, because you do Remake and then you do Integrate, and then they released it. They released the remastered version of it.
Is Integrate the DLC to Remake?
Yeah. So Integrate is Yuffie's story. You play just as Yuffie, but you shouldn't play it until you've already beat the game. Because, it takes place before the end of the game, but a lot of the characters won't make any sense to you if you haven't met them.
So I've got like 4 games to play, counting the one I have.
Pretty much, yeah, I guess. Well, you got Remake and then Integrate, and then Reunion, and then Rebirth if you're wanting to play all the way to Rebirth. I recommend
we'll see how it goes.
Playing all of them. But I mean, I've always been interested in Crisis Core just because I like PlayStation Portable games or whatever. And it's a pretty impressive game for PSP, but it plays pretty much like Remake. The only thing is you only have one character. You only play as Zack. So it's a little bit harder because, when you're dead, you're dead. There's nobody that can revive you when you get knocked out because you're just doing solo missions all the time. But it's an action RPG, but I feel like it's probably a little bit more fast-paced than the other ones just because it's just you. But you can do like I didn't figure this out until I almost beat the game, but you can use a Phoenix down before you die, and then it'll bring you back to life when you die. So I didn't figure this out until like the last like 5 hours of the game, but that's how you do it, because it's like Life 3 from Final Fantasy VI, if you remember that, where you can come back to life after you get killed. And so that really helped for a lot of those, it helped for a lot of those later bosses. But no, I made it through Crisis Core, and I couldn't capture the credits. It said it was the old Square where it's like I couldn't capture any of the ending. Like it wouldn't let me do it. It said not allowed.
Oh, I see what you mean. You couldn't video capture it.
I couldn't video capture because I wanted to, and I took a picture of the file saying cleared or whatever because I didn't post it on Beat It. But I beat it like 2 nights ago. And yeah, it was I put like 35 hours into it, and it's a lot more simpler than like Remake and Rebirth, but I like it a lot. Like I said, if you want to know the whole story of everybody from Final Fantasy, it's definitely worth playing because when you get to Zack's town in Rebirth, you won't really know what's going on if you hadn't played that one. Because you meet Sisney, who's like a Turk, and she was also, all about Zack. And Zack actually has this whole like romantic relationship with Aerith before Cloud met her also. Like they have a thing. Like there's a whole thing where he like helps her like sell flowers for the first time and all this. There's all this like backstory with her and Sisney also, who's like a Turk, but she won't. She's supposed to kill Zack, but she lets him go at the end and all this stuff. Anyway, it's good. It's a good game. I liked it a lot. It was fun.
Well, I'm excited because, I've got the bug, kind of like I got for Ease and Dragon Quest. Every once in a while, you get through to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad, yeah. Well, I think that Final Fantasy 16 being free helped.
Oh, it helped a lot.
And I don't know anything.
I will say one thing I got to mention about...
It's like I don't know anything about that. The what?
Okay, there's 2 things I need to mention. One, it's the first Final Fantasy I've beaten since 9.
Oh, yeah.
And I never beat it 7 or 8, so yeah.
Yeah, I've only beat... I think we talked about that. I've only beat a few of them. Well, I beat 4. I beat 4 and 6 and 7. I think are the only ones I beat. Well, and now I beat Crisis Core. If that counts, it's not a officially numbered one, but whatever.
I've got 4, 6, 9, and 16. I guess
yeah.
But those do count too, I think. But no, like maybe I'll be a Final Fantasy head until I get some more Dragon Quest. I do still have the 3 game I need to finish, the HD remake.
Oh yeah. I mean, they were like, everything was on sale. So I ended up, I said it earlier, but I ended up buying Final Fantasy VII, the regular one for Switch because it was $6. And I played it a little bit just because I'm so into the remake stuff. And
I had that and 8.
Yeah.
And I don't think I bought 9. I have 9 on the PlayStation, I think.
Oh, I thought you had 9. Well, I have 1 through 6. I have 1 through 9. I have all of them on Switch 1 now. I have, because I bought 1 through 6, the Pixel remasters, and I bought 8 and 9 when they came out, but I never bought 7. But then it was $6, so I was like, fuck it. And so I played it for like an hour. I didn't really play it for that long, but I played that one a little bit. But
one of these days I want to give 10 a chance.
It's coming out next week. Switch 2 version, $60, no upgrade.
I'm buying that. Ain't buying nothing.
No, I would just want to, because I really want to play 12. I always really wanted to play 12, and I never did. And I heard people compare it to Xenoblade because of like the battle system, and it's on sale for like $12 right now. But I don't want to get it because I know that they're going to do a Switch 2 version that's better, and there's going to be no upgrade. So I'm just going to wait till that comes out, until that goes on sale, and then I'll try out 10 and 10, 2, and 12.
I played a little bit of 12. It felt like an online game. The way it was set up.
Yeah, like Xenoblade. Xenoblade kind of feels like an MMO too.
I guess so.
I mean, you could say that. I think Rebirth kind of feels like an MMO too, but doesn't bother me. I like it.
I don't have enough experience other than just having played a little Warcraft. It reminded me of that to an extent, or like not Devil May Cry, Diablo.
Yeah, the only MMO I ever really played was a DC Universe Online, but I didn't think that game felt like. I don't know. The only reason people just say that Xenoblade feels like an MMO, but I don't know why, because I don't really play MMOs. But I didn't think it felt like DC Universe Online or anything like that. But no, yeah. Hopefully you really like Remake, and maybe you'll become a Final Fantasy VII sicko like I am now. For I don't know why. I guess Rebirth just took control of me, and now I care. And I think all the characters are great, and I'm very excited about Final Fantasy VII Revelations next year.
I would say probably the demo helped you out. Demos helped you out.
Yeah, no, the demo helped me out a lot. Well, I just like the idea of the open world. I just like seeing like new open world RPGs, like what the more modern ones are, and I really liked the open world stuff for Rebirth, which I think a lot of people don't like, but I like it. So whatever, that's what brought me into it.
That's what kind of interested me in it. Like I did want to play it at some point.
I think I liked it because it reminded me of Xenoblade, of like those open worlds, you know, like Xeno X, and like I said, you could see similarities in the battle system and whatnot too. Oh, and another thing about Crisis Core, so you have this. It's called like the DMW. It's called like your memory something. But anyway, you meet different characters, and they become like your super moves, and it's kind of like it's basically like a slot machine, and it'll pick different people, and this is how you level up too, can kind of drive you crazy, but thankfully I got a lot of level ups with it. Like you get 7/7, you automatically level up. So there's no like grinding really. It all has to do with a random slot machine thing that keeps moving. But you can summon different people, like you can summon like Cat Sith and like Cloud and Sephiroth and all the people that you've met along the way and you know, all the Turks and whatnot. And the way it works, it makes me feel like this is what we're going to see when Final Fantasy Resonance comes out later this year. Like that sort of thing, because you can summon different people in that way, and supposedly it's similar in the way you do that there. So that was another thing. Okay. I was like, oh well, this will probably be the way Resonance plays when you summon like Cloud or whatever the fuck the dude. I forget what the guy from 8 is, but you can, you know, or Terra or whoever, all the different characters from the different.
I don't remember his name.
Well, yeah, I don't remember.
I want to call him Leon because he looks kind of like Leon Kennedy.
Oh sure, yeah, he does. He's got a weird face.
I will say one thing I got to say about 16 as well that I keep forgetting to mention. Clive is actually like a good dude. You don't really hate him at any point in the story, which is strange because we kind of think that the protagonist is going to be a shitbag. But he's not like a whiny little, like he's always trying to do what's best, and he's always looking out for other people before himself. And it's crazy. He's like that the entire.
He's not an asshole.
Right, he's like that the entire game, and you're a teenager at the beginning of the game. So,
oh yeah, you said it jumps, like it does a lot of like time jumps or whatever.
I think it covers like 17 years, like a span of like 17 years. It's
Squall is the Final Fantasy VIII guy,
right? Cloud and Squall.
Yeah, I thought they had similar names, and it's Tidus for 9, right? Isn't it the weird monkey, the weird monkey boy? Or no, Tidus is in 6.
No, Tidus is in
or
10.
Not 6, 10. That's what I meant. Yeah, Tidus is 10.
Who's the name of the guy?
Who's the weird monkey boy?
He's like a rat monkey, kind of hybrid thing.
Yeah, I always kind of hated the design of the characters.
I forget his name, to be honest.
I didn't really like.
They were supposed to look like.
Yeah, I know. It was Zidane or Zidane or however you. Yeah.
No, they were supposed to look like. It was the first game where they were like, we're going back to the roots. Yeah, the last two were so modern.
Yeah, they just have that weird. They have this chibiness that I don't really like. But yeah, they're trying to go back to like the original art of like where the black mages got the big hats and the robes and all that stuff. Like I think they were trying to go.
The black mages are kind of the
Final Fantasy 1 stuff.
The whole story. It's kind of cool.
I mean, I tried playing it. I just I had a hard time.
It's good. It's really good.
No, I know people say it's a lot of people's favorites.
It reminds me a lot of 6, but like in a more like I don't know, more approachable 6. If that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I love.
It's easy.
I love 6.
It's a really easy game.
Yeah, I played it for a bit on Switch. Maybe I don't know. I feel like Rebirth is my forever game. I mean, because this game's probably like 100 hours. I think I'm almost at 60 hours now on Rebirth, because after I beat Crisis Core, I went back to Rebirth, and I've been playing through Zack's Town and all that, and being like, oh, I know that guy, I know this character, I remember all these people, but I didn't know who they were before. That's why I stopped playing Rebirth and went to Crisis Core. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad that I did, because now I'm filled in, and now my mind has been broken about the opening of Rebirth, and I'm like, wait a second. I guess that would be how Cloud would say it if he doesn't really know doesn't know that it's Zach's memories or whatever.
Mhm.
And Zach is in fucking Revelation. He's on the front cover. Him and Aerith, because they're both people that are supposed to die that still haven't died yet. So, we're going to be interested to see what happens with that. But anyway, yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Cool.
I don't know if you want to talk about anything else. It's been like
Not really.
2 hours.
I figured I'd wait till next week to sort of talk about my trip and stuff, and when I kind of.
I figure you had a pretty hellish day today.
I have some stuff I want to show off too, but it's all like packed away.
Yeah, no, I figured you'd had a pretty long day considering that you.
Yeah. But I really was hoping to get here in time to do the episode, so at least I got to be on part of it.
Yeah, probably been traveling like for the past like 10 hours or something. It sounds like so.
Starting at. Oh my god! I don't know.
Was it even?
We got up at 8. We had to turn it. We had to get the rental car returned at 10.
Oh yeah. You flew, so you got to get a car and all that stuff.
And then we had to. Yeah, the plane left at like 1:10 their time. So it would have been like 2:10 or 3:10 our time. Yeah, and then it landed it like really early. Like it was awesome. I was like, actually, I think I'm gonna be back in time. And then that's when we fucking just sat on the runway for 45 or 50 minutes, whatever it was.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what airport you were at. I was like, well, if you're at Midway, I'm like 8 miles from there. You guys just come over here. You could just.
I very
drive right
briefly in my brain thought about asking you that, but I knew Shauna wasn't gonna.
Well, I
be
mean,
down.
I figured
you
you
would
would.
feed the cats and
Yeah,
all that.
I figured you wanted to get back.
Uh-huh.
But if you guys are in the area, don't forget that Midway is pretty close to me. I drive
Sure.
past it all the time while I'm doing delivery stuff.
She really does a lot of research on these plane tickets and stuff, so that's why we left out O'Hare, I'm sure.
Or if you guys ever need to stick your car somewhere, you can always.
Sure,
Put it
what?
here or
I'll tell her that. She would appreciate that, actually.
But I guess there's a couple news things I want to mention that you're interested in. Number one, we have an official release date for Castlevania on Switch One,
that.
October 15th. Well, they showed the release date.
Belmont's Curse, right?
Yeah, this is the one that's done by what was the other game that they did? I forget the roguelite. I forget what it's called.
Dead Cells.
Dead Cells, yeah, the Dead Cells guys, because they did a Castlevania DLC for Dead Cells, but they're doing their own thing now. But they had shown the release date for other systems, but they never said the Switch one, and they didn't show a Switch 2 version. But now officially, it's coming out day and date with all the other systems. There's just not a Switch 2 version, just only Switch 1. That's what they're saying right now. But October 15th, hooray. Also, we finally got a date for the Duskbloods network test. So we finally have news about.
I'm wondering how that goes. Do we know how you get to be part of it though?
I don't know. It says the application starts on the 22nd, which is next week. So it goes from the 22nd through the 28th. Said you need a Nintendo Switch Online subscription. I'm wondering if it's like you just download it from the eShop, or do you have to go to a website to do it?
I bet you download it from the eShop, and you might be right. You might have to go to the website and do it that way.
I wonder. Well, you remember when they did a test for Dark Souls, and we downloaded it, and you had to play it at certain times, and I ended up using the Japanese one, because I wasn't able to, they've
done that with other
do the
games
American
too,
times. So
they did that with the global test fire for Splatoon.
Yeah, and they did it for Mario Tennis. Like they had that and I remember
probably the best demo ever.
Yeah. What was it? Virtua Fighter 5 had like a beta where they basically gave you the whole game. That's why I ended up not buying it, because I'm like, I kind of have the whole game already. Well, they gave me all the characters in the arcade mode, and I just was playing that, and I felt like I didn't need to spend the $20. I mean, hopefully
the big reason to be speculative about it for me is that whole weird thing that happened a couple of years ago where they're like, only so many people get to try this thing, and they have to sign NDAs to not talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that thing was.
Yeah. Nothing ever came of it, I don't think, at least not yet. But
yeah. Well,
it's like, I worry that this is going to be like you got to prove you've got like a following or something online or whatever, like some sort of like gate that you have to get through to actually play it.
Well, I mean, at least we know what this is. That was like super secret. No one knows what the game is, type of thing, and maybe that's why they were.
And if if Neversoft's behind it, maybe they're the one determining what it is and not Nintendo themselves.
From Software, you mean?
FromSoft.
You always say Neversoft. You want them to still exist. the Tony Hawk guys want them to do. No, I mean, but I'm hoping that it'll just be something you can download off the eShop, and that's where the Nintendo Switch Online subscription. Obviously, you need to have it because you need to have it to play online. But the actual dates will be August. Will mean the end of August. It's going to be like the 21st through the 23rd. So it's only like a few days. But it is like 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. or whatever. I'm up that early sometimes, so I could play it at 3 a.m. or whatever. But
I'll be back at my other job, so I'll be working like in the afternoon, like every day that I work, so I can stay up late.
It's like 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. to 3. You know, it's the same sort of weird times. You know, I'll probably only be able to play that 3 a.m. one. You know, unless I get up early or I don't know, which I don't.
The thing about playing those ones, though, those really early ones, is that you're probably be playing with the Japanese people that are going to kick your ass.
Yeah, I can always like try. Well, I mean, but it's co-op. They can be on my team and help me out.
That's true.
Like I always did with you know, the one game
Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I couldn't remember for whatever reason.
No, those folks helped me out a lot in Elden Ring too. So I talk my shit, but it comes from a good place.
Yeah, Monster Hunter. I would play Monster Hunter Rise like pretty much at like 2 a.m. So all my companions were all Japanese people, but they helped me out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, I mean, I want to try it. You know, I'm not really a big fan of like from Software games, but I'll try Dust Bloods for free if I can get into it. Just to see.
I have a feeling I'm not going to like it because everything I've read about the
other one, Night Rain.
Night Rain, yeah. I haven't been interested in it. It doesn't sound like something I would enjoy, but I didn't think I would enjoy Souls likes at all, and then I played Elden Ring, and that made me like other ones. So that's just life.
Yep.
You got to try new things before you can really judge them.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I'll give it a try.
Speaking of which, you own Elden Ring.
I do own Elden Ring, yeah. I'd have to turn my PlayStation 4 on, which I haven't done that in quite some time. But speaking of PlayStation 4 games, the last PlayStation 4 physical game that I bought intentionally, and that's the Crew Motorfest, is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. So, hooray. It's a racing game that I played briefly because it was a PlayStation 4 game, but I'll give it a go again. Probably. It's coming out in October, so even though October's already loaded with Final Fantasy Resonance, and I want to play that the Tales of Eternia game, then also, and we got Castlevania and a bunch of other shit, but it's going to be a hellish next however many months. But I think that's good for me for news. Thanks for anybody who listened this long. Sorry, the episode's kind of it's a little loose this week, but you know,
yeah.
Hey,
I take full blame for that, but I was happy to be here at least.
It's fine. We still got an episode out there. But yeah, you know, go to.
And I want to say thank you on the show. I want to say thank you to Jess for helping hold down the fort when John and I both couldn't be here.
Oh yeah, did you listen to it? I thought we did it good. I
listened to the beginning, but I was liking it so far. But yeah,
I figured you didn't have enough time to. But give it a listen. Yeah, we recorded it in the kitchen. We recorded it, and it's a whole different. Yeah, you got a whole different. Whatever.
I downloaded
sound.
it so I could listen to it on the plane back, and then I fell asleep on the way.
Yeah, Jose will probably put you right to bed.
No, I was listening to another one that put me to bed.
Oh yeah. Just did want to mention. We forgot. We were talking about all these different horror movies. We forgot Forbidden Fruits, which was a really fun movie that we watched. That was probably their favorite. About these witches that work at the mall, and they have this like secret society or whatever. It's on like AMC and Shudder. I don't know. It's got the lady who played Betty from the Twin Peaks Archie show, Riverdale, in there.
Didn't A24 just get bought by like a big corporation or something?
A24 apparently is defending AI or whatever. I don't know. They're not looking so hot right now. I saw a lot of people being mad about them. I don't know who they. I don't know.
I want to watch that Backrooms movie though. It's on.
We watched it. We actually talk about it in the episode.
Okay.
But I don't think we spoil. Well, yeah, Jess and I saw it in the theater because Jess is a big fan of the Backrooms stuff, and I think
I like it too.
I think the concept of Backrooms that Jess told me about is better than what the movie was.
I'm sure it is.
Because I had a whole different idea about what Backrooms was than what we saw in the movie. I don't think I actually really liked the movie, but give it a try. I don't know. It was the most.
Hey, I watched the Minecraft movie. I'll do anything for.
I mean, it was the most
property I like.
Like we saw, we've seen like 3 movies at the mall. We saw The Mandalorian, Supergirl, and Backrooms, and Backrooms was the one with the most people there. So, and the least amount of people on their phones while we're watching. So the kids cared about that movie. That's what I'm saying. They showed up. They made plenty of money, but I don't know. Yeah,
just like seeing the young kids interested in cinema.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. And there's a Backrooms game that came out too for Switch too, which I think it looks terrible. I watched.
There's a ton of Backrooms games,
but this is like an official one, but it looks like crap. I watched the trailer, but it doesn't look very good. But yeah, if you want to support the show and hear our bonus episodes, go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast. Listen to our expansion pack. We just did an episode about E3, and hopefully soon we'll do one about our favorite physical games, since physical games seem to be dying out, or at least for other people. Nintendo's still standing strong on it, but as far as 2028 and beyond, not for the other systems. But it'll be a celebration of the games that we have in physical form, so it'll be fun. And for $1 you can get all those episodes, and for $5 you can see the videos and the WART radio and all that fun stuff. So check that out and find us online. Just look up NintenDomain. We're everywhere. But yeah, we've been your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
Jerry Mikowski.
And thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
瞳の奥がぼやけて見えない心の底の気持ちはあるの世界の全てを手にしたとしてもそれがあなたの幸せなの何があったの視線をそらす
My honor, my dreams, they are yours now.